One outfit can get you fined by police, another can accidentally invite strangers to your cabin, and one could literally get you turned away at dinner. Before you pack for your cruise, let's make sure your wardrobe doesn't ruin your trip. Welcome to Cruise Clever, where we help you cruise smarter, not harder. If you love clever tips that make your trip smoother, hit subscribe and join thousands of savvy cruisers. Outfit mistake 1. The lawbreaker. Picture this. You've just stepped off your cruise ship in Barbados, the sun is shining, your sunglasses are on, and you're feeling great in your favorite camouflage shorts. You're ready for selfies, cocktails, and a day exploring the island. But before you even leave the port, a local police officer taps your shoulder and asks you to stop. Why? Because camouflage clothing is actually illegal in several Caribbean countries, including Barbados, Jamaica, St. Lucia, and Trinidad. The law is designed to prevent civilians from being mistaken for military personnel. There are real stories of visitors being fined, questioned, or even escorted back to their ship simply for wearing a camo hat or a pair of camo shorts. And the frustrating part? Most travelers don't realize it until it's too late. The last thing you want is to ruin a long-awaited vacation over something as small as a pair of patterned shorts. So, here's the rule of thumb. If it's camouflage, don't pack it. Not in your suitcase, not on your day bag, not even a camo print hat. Save yourself the stress and stick to regular prints. You'll thank yourself later. Barbados, Jamaica, St. Lucia, and Trinidad have such regulations. Check local rules before you pack. That means tourists are not exempt. Outfit mistake 2. The accidental signal. Cruise vacations are all about fun, relaxation, and tropical vibes. And what could scream vacation mode more than wearing a pineapple print? But here's the catch. While pineapples are a fun symbol of hospitality and sunshine, if that pineapple is upside down, it suddenly takes on a whole new meaning. Within certain social circles, especially on cruise ships, an upside-down pineapple is a discreet signal used by the swinging community. That means if you unknowingly wear one on a t-shirt, a beach bag, or even on your cabin door decor, you could be sending a message you never intended. Cruise forums are full of stories from first-time travelers who had no idea what it meant, only to find themselves approached with some very awkward questions. Now, to be clear, most people will never encounter this situation, but it does happen, and it's an easy mistake to avoid. If you love pineapples, go for it. Just keep them right side up. And if you want a safer tropical pattern, flamingos, palm leaves, or even hibiscus flowers will never send the wrong signal. Remember, what you wear doesn't just make a fashion statement, it can sometimes send a message you didn't mean to deliver. Outfit. Mistake 3. The Poolside Rebel. Swimwear and cruises go hand in hand. After all, most of your time on board will probably be spent lounging by the pool, dipping into the hot tub, or enjoying a drink from the pool bar. But here's where some passengers go wrong. They treat swimwear like all-day wear. Walking into the buffet in just a dripping bikini or swim trunks might feel casual, but it's actually a big mistake. First, cruise lines have hygiene and safety policies. Wet swimsuits and bare chests in dining areas are not only unsanitary, but wet floors also create slip hazards for crew and fellow guests. Second, the rules vary by cruise line. Family-friendly ships like Disney and Royal Caribbean expect guests to cover up once they leave the pool deck. Adults-only lines like Virgin Voyages are more relaxed, but even then, dripping through indoor spaces is frowned upon. The solution? Pack a lightweight, quick-dry cover-up or a casual sundress. Throw it on over your swimsuit and you'll transition seamlessly from poolside to lunchtime without the embarrassment of being stopped at the buffet doors. Outfit. Mistake 4. The Pajama Parade. Cruise ships are designed for comfort and nobody's saying you can't relax. But some guests take that comfort a little too far, turning public spaces into what feels like their own living room. One of the most common offenders? Pajamas, bathrobes, and slippers. Now, let's be clear, wearing a bathrobe on your private balcony while sipping morning coffee? Absolutely perfect. But the moment you step into a dining area, a lounge, or even down the hallway in a bathrobe and slippers, you've crossed into territory that makes fellow guests uncomfortable and looks sloppy. It's also a safety issue. Slippers are not made for polished ship decks, which can be slick even when dry. Add in spilled drinks or pool water, and you're asking for a slip and fall. Crew members have even been trained to advise guests against wearing unsafe footwear in public spaces. The bottom line, loungewear belongs in your cabin. When you step outside, choose casual clothing, shorts, t-shirts, or a sundress that's just as comfortable but far more appropriate. You'll feel better, look better, and most importantly, you'll avoid being that passenger everyone remembers for all the wrong reasons. Outfit mistake 5, the shoe trap. Mistake 5. The shoe. Cruises are sneaky when it comes to footwear. At first glance, it feels like you won't be walking much. You're on a floating resort after all. But the reality? You'll easily clock miles every single day. From trekking the length of the ship, climbing stairs between decks, and wandering through ports of call, your step count quickly adds up. Brand new heels? They might look great on formal night, but within an hour you'll be nursing blisters. Flat sandals without support? They'll leave your arches aching after just a few hours in port. And without sneakers, you may actually be turned away from certain activities like ropes courses, rock walls, or even some excursion hikes. The golden rule for cruise shoes is simple. Only bring pairs you've already broken in and know are comfortable. Think versatile sneakers, cushioned sandals, or slip-ons with support. Pack one pair that works for dressier evenings, but leave the stilettos at home. Remember, a cruise is meant for fun, not limping back to your cabin with sore feet. Happy feet make for a much happier vacation. Outfit. Mistake 6. The walking target. Formal night on a cruise is a chance to shine. The dresses, the suits, the champagne toasts. It's tempting to bring out your very best jewelry. But once you step off the ship into a crowded port, those valuables can turn you into a walking target. Busy cruise destinations, especially popular Caribbean and Mediterranean ports, are magnets for pickpockets and opportunists. There are countless reports of necklaces being snatched in broad daylight, or travelers being followed after flashing expensive watches or rings. Even if you feel safe on the ship, all it takes is one moment in a packed market, taxi line, or excursion to lose something valuable. The smarter approach is this: leave your high-value jewelry at home. If you must bring something, keep it locked in your cabin safe, and only wear it for onboard events. For port days, stick to costume jewelry or skip it altogether. The only sparkle you really need is the ocean around you and the smile on your face. Outfit mistake 7. The scent cloud. A quick spritz of perfume or cologne before dinner? Totally fine. But here's where some cruise passengers go wrong. They treat their stateroom like a dressing room at a fragrance counter. Suddenly, what felt like 2 sprays turns into a heavy cloud that lingers long after they've left. And the result? Instant headaches for everyone around them. Cruise ships may be luxurious, but their air circulation isn't the same as a spa or outdoor patio. Elevators, theaters, and dining rooms often have limited ventilation, which means a strong scent doesn't just stay with you, it fills the entire space. What smells pleasant to you might be overwhelming, or even trigger allergies for the people sitting at the next table. The key here is moderation. A light spritz on your wrist or neck is more than enough. Or better yet, try a subtle body mist or lightly scented lotion for a softer touch. Remember, you want your fellow guests to notice your smile or your outfit, not be knocked back by your cologne cloud. On a cruise ship, less really is more when it comes to fragrance. It's the quiet confidence that leaves the best impression. One of the most confusing parts of cruise packing, figuring out what to wear to dinner. During the day, the buffet and pool deck are a flip-flop and shorts paradise. But once the sun goes down, the main dining room plays by different rules. Most cruise lines expect smart casual in the evenings. That means clean jeans, slacks, sundresses, or a collared shirt will do just fine. But showing up in cargo shorts, a tank top, or your pool flip-flops, you'll likely be turned away. And then there's formal night. Now don't panic, you don't need a tuxedo unless you want one. These days, formal night has evolved. Some guests go all out with gowns and suits, while others opt for a nice dress or a button-down shirt. The key is simple: dress like you're going to a nice dinner out. Remember, lobster tails and filet mignon taste even better when you're not wearing gym shorts. Put in just a little effort, and you'll feel right at home with the cruise tradition. Your cruise wardrobe is more than just clothing. It sets the rhythm of your entire vacation. Pack smart and you'll feel comfortable, confident, and ready for every adventure that comes your way. Skip the outfit pitfalls we've covered and you'll avoid embarrassment, unnecessary risks, and awkward moments. Instead, you'll move through the ship with ease, blending in when it counts and standing out for all the right reasons. At the end of the day, a cruise is about creating memories. And the less you worry about what you're wearing, the more room you'll have for unforgettable experiences. Now it's your turn. Think back to your past travels. What's the funniest or most awkward outfit mistake you've ever spotted on a cruise? Maybe someone wore slippers to the buffet, or showed up to formal night in a bathrobe. Share your story in the comments below, and who knows, I might feature it in a future video. And if you found these tips helpful, don't forget to subscribe and join the Cruise Log crew. Together, we'll make sure your next cruise is smoother, smarter, and way more fun. Because on the open seas, every detail counts.